What you're looking at right now, this full SaaS landing page, was built in a single Claude Desktop session. Not generated in one prompt. Built, iterated, refined, assembled piece by piece, the way a real designer would work. Here's the part I want you to notice. I didn't start with design skills. I started with a brief, one-page, plain text uploaded to the project as knowledge. Claude never forgot a single rule. Brand colors, tone of voice, component style, all of it, persistent across every chat in this session. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how we built it, step by step, using Claude Desktop's projects, artifacts, customize, and co-work. These are 4 features most people barely touch. By the end of this video, you'll use all of them together. Let's build Flowra. A Claude project is not just a folder. Think of it as hiring a collaborator who never clocks out and never forgets a single thing you told them. Every conversation inside this project inherits the same context, your brand brief, your rules, your tone. You said it once, it persists forever. That's the shift I want you to make today. Stop treating Claude as a chat box and start treating it as a project partner. Here's how we brief ours. This is the project instructions, and I want you to think of it as a permanent staff briefing. Write it like you're hiring a senior UI designer on day 1. Tell them everything they'd need to know to do great work without asking you basic questions. Notice what this does. It tells Claude who it is, what the brand looks like, how to write code, and crucially, how to behave. That last part is the most underrated thing you can put in a system prompt. Only change what I specify sounds like a small line. In practice, it saves you from Claude rewriting your entire hero section every time you ask for a font size tweak. Now, this system prompt lives here permanently. Every conversation in this project starts with this context loaded. One more thing before we start building. See this knowledge section? We're going to upload our brand brief here, a 1-page PDF I prepared before we started filming. Claude will reference it throughout the entire project, so I never have to re-explain anything. This PDF has all the important details about the Flowra brand. So first, let's upload it to the file section and create a new project. Here, you can see our system prompt in the instructions section, and the Flowra PDF is added in the context section. Now, Claude has the right brand context like style, tone, colors, and product details before we start building the landing page. Quick but important distinction before we jump into building. There are 2 places you can shape how Claude responds, and most people confuse them. The system instructions inside your project is about this project. It's specific, it's scoped, it's the design brief for Flowra. Customize, up here in your account settings, is about you. It shapes Claude's behavior across every conversation, every project, everywhere. If you want Claude to skip the disclaimers, be more direct, assume you're technical, that goes in Customize. Let me show you what I've said. This changes the texture of every response I get. Claude stops hedging, stops offering 5 alternatives when I ask for 1 answer. Set this once. Forget about it. It quietly makes every project better. Before we go deep into the design, let me quickly explain what we are going to do. To build the full landing page, we will not create everything at once. We will build it section by section, the hero section, the features grid, the pricing section, and the footer. The reason is simple. This is how a senior designer would approach it. 1 section at a time. Focus, improve, and then move to the next part. Now we build, and we start where every landing page lives or dies. The hero section. Here's my rule for hero sections. If a stranger lands on your page and cannot understand what your product does in 4 seconds, the design has failed. Everything else is just decoration. Let me show you how I prompt for this. There it is. Artifact panel right side of the screen. That's your live preview. This isn't a mock-up in Figma. This is real, deployable HTML. Now let's look at what we got. And this is where real design work starts. Automate the work between your apps. The headline is good, but it is playing it safe. I want it to feel sharper, and the navigation feels too light, so let me push the contrast. Let's check if Claude is actually following our system instructions. Here's iteration 1. This is one of the main reasons we added those instructions in the first place. Claude should not just generate a random landing page. It should follow our brand rules: design direction, tone, and structure. So let's review this first output of iteration and see how close it is. Did you notice what didn't change? Everything else stayed exactly as is. That's the only change what I specify instruction from our system prompt doing its job. One more iteration. I want to add a trust strip below the hero, the kind you see on every SaaS page. Trusted by teams at Notion, Versal, Linear, Stripe, Figma. Real social proof architecture. 3 iterations, hero section done. And every one of those changes was communicated in plain English. I didn't write a single line of CSS manually. That's the workflow. Not magic, just structured, intentional iteration. Now I want to show you something called artifact chaining. The idea is simple. Build each section of your page as a separate artifact. Then at the end, ask Claude to assemble them into one complete file. This is better than building the whole page at once. You can iterate each section cleanly without breaking the others. Currently, we are building the features grid. As you can see, we have separate file for features. Now, the pricing section, and I'll show you how to handle the tricky part of SaaS pricing pages. This is clean, scannable, brand consistent, because the system instruction is still active in this chat. And there we go. Our pricing block is ready, which has 3 tiers. Growth block is highlighted. If you have noticed, this is also a separate file. Now here's the move I promised you: artifact chaining. I'm going to ask Claude to stitch everything together into a single deployable file. 1 session, 1 project, 4 components assembled into 1 page. The reason this works is because every artifact in this chat shares the same context, the same brand brief, the same design rules, the same system prompt. Claude didn't have to rediscover Flora's brand at each step. That's what projects do. They make every prompt smarter because every prompt is informed. And there it is, our full SaaS landing page, built section by section. We still need to update the product screen, but the major work is already done. Before we wrap up, let's ask Claude to add one more section. An FAQ section. This is a good final test because now we are not building a single section from scratch. We are asking Claude to update the full landing page and place a new section in the right spot. So let's see what happens. Notice the response. Claude knows who Flora is. It knows the design rules. It has added FAQ section as accepted. Hack 1. Write your system prompt like you're onboarding a new hire, not like you're writing a ChatGPT prompt. Include behavior rules, not just facts. Explain your design decision in 1 sentence. These lines change the texture of every response you get. Hack 2. Build each section of a page as a standalone artifact. Iterate it to completion. Then ask Claude to stitch them together. This gives you surgical iteration control and a clean final output. No broken CSS from trying to modify a 500-line file. Hack 3. Before you share a project with a collaborator, spend 5 minutes testing Claude's responses as if you were the collaborator. Ask, what are the brand colors? Ask, what tone should CTAs use? Make sure the project context gives good answers before you hand it off. It takes 5 minutes. It saves 30-minute email threads. That's video 1 of the Claude Mastery series. We built a full SaaS landing page. Hero, features, pricing, footer, using projects, artifacts, customize, and co-work. In video 2, we take Claude Desktop into mobile app design. I'll show you how to use Claude as a senior staff engineer who knows your whole code base. Links in the description. I'll see you there.